What's up everybody, welcome back. It's Brandon with Campbell Fitness, and today's video is going to be a long anticipated overview of Wendler 531. Now this is a program I ran for 16 weeks. I've been getting a lot of questions about what my feelings were on it, so that's exactly what I'm going to do today, so let's get right into it. Let's get some basic principles out of the way on this program. First of all, it is a strength gaining program at heart, and it's based around big multi-joint movements. The program really looks at starting too light, so Wendler pushes this as too often people jump into a routine and try to increase the weight too soon, and what ends up happening is they plateau and stop seeing the results that they were seeing. So what he wants to do is start light and progress slowly. That way you will see continued gains throughout the program. A big part of this program is also the fact that you're looking to break personal records, and because of the way the program is set up and is so structured, it's really easy to track this progress. So as we already mentioned, this is based around big multi-joint movements, or 4 main lifts in this case, and those are going to be deadlifts, bench, squat, and overhead press. Now the way the program suggests you set this up is to train 3 to 4 times per week. I found for myself 4 times per week was ideal, where I was training Mondays and Tuesdays, taking Wednesday off, training again Thursday, Friday, and taking Saturday and Sunday off. Now the way the program is built is into cycles, so each cycle consists of 4 weeks. Each week has a different rep scheme. Week 1, you're looking at doing 5, 5, 5 plus. Week 2, 3, 3, 3 plus. Week 3, 5, 3, 1 plus. And then week 4 is always a deload week where you're looking at 5, 5, and 5. Now on these plus sets, they're meant to be all out, so whatever the weight is, it is something that you should be able to do 5 times, for example, in week 1, but you should also strive to be able to complete more. This is going back to breaking personal records, as each cycle you're going to look to not only increase the weight, but the amount of reps that you got that for. Now for this also, each week is built into with specific percentages, which we'll talk about in just a second. So in order to make this program as effective as possible, the first thing we need to do before starting it is find out what our 1 rep max is. This can be done either the old-fashioned way or by using the equation listed below. Once we get our projected or true 1 rep max, we are then going to use 90% of this. Again, this reckons back to starting off too light and building in progression as Wendler states. Now, as I mentioned also, each week is going to be using specific percentages. So for example, week 1, 65, 75, then 85% for your plus set, and so forth. Each week the percentages are to increase, except of course week 4, which is a deload week, which is again used to recuperate as an act of recovery. Now Wendler does say that during the first or second cycle of this program, you can actually skip the deload week. The reason being is the weights should be somewhat light. However, as you continue with this routine, these deloads become essential for continuing gains. After each cycle is over, you are then to add either 5 or 10 pounds depending on the lift. So 5 pounds to your projected max for both bench press and overhead press, and 10 pounds to both your squat and deadlift maxes. So in addition to the Wendler sets and exercises you're going to be doing, a big part of this program is the assistance work, and I think this is where a lot of the questions come in because there's so many options. I'm going to cover the main most popular ones, the first of which is big but boring, or boring but big, however you want to look at it. And what this is immediately following your main Wendler exercise for that day, let's say for example overhead press, you are then to continue with 5 sets of 10 reps of that exact same exercise. So you're doing the same exercise again, but in this case you're doing higher reps. Now you do the same thing with squat, deadlifts, or bench press as well. Hence the name Big But Boring, because this program should get you big, but it's very boring as there's not much variance in the exercises you do. You then follow that up with 1 more exercise of your choice. Now another very popular assistance work program is the triumvirate routine. In this case, you're doing 3 total exercises, so your Wendler set and then 2 other exercises based off your personal preference on what you feel is most ideal. Now this could be to balance out weak points, symmetry, or just to hit exercises that you like. Another one on here is called the I'm not doing jack shit, and we've all had days where we don't feel like training or our minds just aren't into it. So for this part of the assistance work, you go to the gym, you do your main exercise, and that's it, you leave. There's another one out there called the Dave Tate Periodization Bible. I'm not going to get too into that, only because it starts getting into higher reps with specific exercises. If you're interested in reading more about this, I highly suggest and encourage you to look it up. There's a body weight assistance program where you just do body weight exercises. And then finally, one that's starting to get very popular is a bodybuilding split type routine. Again, I don't want to get too into these specifically, only because that's a big part of the program that requires your own personal preferences coming into play. Just some other things to mention that are part of the program built into the actual manual if you decide to purchase it are warm-ups, stretching, conditioning. Now these include jumping rope, foam rolling, hill sprints. Again, I'm not going to focus on this aspect too much because it doesn't seem to be something that most people are interested in. However, the way that Wendler looks at this program is not only do you want to be strong, but you want to be somewhat functional as well too. So for this, it is built into the program. I did do it myself. I did a lot of hill sprints. I had a video up on my old channel. Definitely can be beneficial, especially that foam rolling on your lower body days. Alright, now that we have the basics out of the way, let me tell you about my own personal feelings on the program. And I'll start off by saying I believe Wendler 531 is a great program for people of any experience level, whether it be a couple of months or a couple of years like myself. However, if you're brand new to training and looking for your first actual training routine, I would still probably suggest starting strength as something to build a foundation first before jumping into something like Wendler. But again, that's only personal opinion. Now, my own progress on this was very tremendous. I saw great gains in all 4 of my main key lifts. One thing I did notice, which I seem to actually get confirmed by some other people who did this program, was that their deadlifts and squats progressed faster, and I'm talking percentage-wise, than their pressing movements of bench and overhead press. Now, I don't know if this is because the way the program is set up or just because someone like me who wanted to focus on certain areas like upper chest, I found that I added in a lot more assistance work on those specific exercises, which in hindsight probably contributed to me not progressing as fast as I would like to. Now, as far as this program goes itself, my general feelings on it is I really love the structure of the way the main lifts are set up. It's really nice to have an outline of weights that you're going to use so you don't have to really guess going forward. And if you use a spreadsheet like the one that I link in the description box below, it'll tell you your actual 1 rep max estimations each time you actually put in the lifts that you do for that particular day. Now that kind of leads me to my big downfall of the program in my opinion, and that's the way the assistance work is set up, in the fact that it's really left up to you. So there's no real complete structure as far as that goes. Now, it's true that Wendler does kind of give you an outline of what you can do, but he doesn't give you specific numbers, there's no real tracking, and it's really going to vary by person. And I can see why he did this, because each individual is different in their own goals, but me being the kind of person I am, I would have liked to see that continue not only from the main core lifts, but also that structure continue into the assistance work itself. So a lot of people ask me why I stopped doing Wendler, and the truth is I just kind of got burnt out on it at first. I wasn't really seeing the progression I wanted to anymore, where I was seeing great gains initially, started to slow down a little bit, and I understand that's part of the process. I just wanted to try something different, so I switched to a push-pull leg split for the past 2 months. But another reason why I've been holding off on doing this video, and one of the reasons I wanted to do it now, was also to announce the fact that I'm going back on Wendler 531. You know, I enjoy the structure so much. I've actually found that doing my push-pull leg split, while it's a great split that I've done for many years, as well as upper-lower splits, my strength levels have dropped a bit since going off of Wendler, and it's something that I just want to re-attack. And strength is something that I really want to focus on these next couple of years and get stronger as I look to improve myself and my own personal progress. So you will be seeing Wendler 531 workout videos from me in the future. Unfortunately, my weight's going to start a little bit lower than where it left at last time, but I'm just going to use that as motivation going forward, and hopefully you get some motivation out of this video, and maybe you'll decide to use Wendler 531 yourself. In the end, thanks for watching, and as always, stay big.